Welcome, everyone, to Life of Giants. I am Dino the Genetic Marvel. With me, as always, is Mr. Cole Clayton. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. I'm a lot better than I've been this week.
Yeah, I mean,
I swear to God, as soon as we went live, all hell just broke loose behind me in
that
my
seems
whole
like,
apartment.
yeah,
Everybody suddenly wants to start talking to each other.
that's right.
The second you went live, everybody's like coughing in the background, talking, asking questions, fever dreaming.
you know, I feel like that's the
Victoria.
difference. That's the difference with where we're at in this universe now. It's more like, hey, I want something to happen. You're like, no. You just get to ride the wave. You don't get to choose the wave. You don't get to, oh, well, I was born with like fancy. No. You got to just find a way to figure it out because it's going to happen at the worst possible time. Hello, Victoria.
Yeah, you just gotta learn how to surf. That's all you can do.
It was all thanks to your hot honey soup. There you go. That's fair. Yeah,
But I don't like it.
that was good.
I think the soup made them sick because I was the only one sick that day. But now everyone in my apartment is sick,
Everyone in your apartment. There you go.
and I'm getting better.
That's fair. That's it. You're like, I made you some soup. Here you go. Have some.
Deadass. I may have stuck my spoon in there. If I need to go back and watch the footage because I may have put the spoon in my mouth, tried some, did it again. You know what I mean? Like I taste testing it, not thinking, because that's what chefs do.
like this is the thing, right? Is that like I get it, but at the same time, you're like, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. Like you can do it when it's your stuff, but you can't do that with everyone's stuff. That's just not how it works.
You know, I don't think you realize how often that happens in like industrial kitchens, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. I didn't want
restaurants
to
are
mention
gross,
this.
bro.
You were blowing on one of the soups there, so
Oh, I probably.
that's some good soup. Yeah, no, that's
Good soup.
good soup. Mm-mm. Everyone's gonna taste this one. Yeah, no, that's fair. I feel like that is that is apropos to exactly what's happening right now, though, right? Like I love the quote that you chose, by the way. That idea of like, because there's also that concept where it's like you'll never meet the same person twice because people are always changing, right?
Right.
So the idea that, hey, you should be a better person, a smarter person, more involved, a better friend, whatever. I would assume that, if you haven't and you're just the same loser, you're like, I don't want to hang out with a loser. That's horrible, right? Like that, and especially at your age, you're gonna start to see certain people who are like, ah, man, you remember that time? And you're like, no, I don't care.
I was doing that in high school. In high school, people were like, "Hey, what's up, Cole? How you been?" I'm like, I don't even know you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, you were there when that thing happened at the time or whatever. And I'm like,
Maybe.
I remember that happening.
Yeah.
I don't remember you being there though. Like, did somebody tell you about it and now you're trying to gaslight me into me thinking you were there? Because there was 4 people there.
Hey.
I was one of them. You weren't.
Syed, Assalamu alaikum. Mega says,
Salam,
hello, can you notice me? I notice you, Mega. You have a fancy name. I like it. No, yeah, no, yeah, that's fair. I get it. It's peculiar, but
Make angry gays angry again.
so in Greek, when you call someone a maga, you're like, hey, what's up, maga? Is you're like a player. Like if you were to walk up to someone and be like, what's up, player? And he's like, I'm a player. That's right. That's how you treat that. So
what
I
up,
see
pimp?
it's 100%. That's what it is. Right. So, like when I saw the MAGA hats and I'm like, what, we call everyone MAGA now? I like it. And they're like, no, to make America great again. And I'm like, it's MAGA. I like it. And then like within 6 months, there are a lot of TikTokers that do like, if you're a Greek, how do you deal with this situation? And like there are ones that are like overly Italian guys, and like I get a lot of that kind of stuff, and because I find it hilarious. And the Greek guy sees the guy with a MAGA hat, he's like, "Hey, you're a MAGA, I'm a MAGA too." And he's like, "Hey, what's going on, MAGA?" And he's like, "No, it's Make America Great Again." And be like, "Yeah, make make Greek great again." Or no, he goes, "Make everything Greek again." Yes, I agree. MAGA. And you're like, that doesn't make any sense. It's
Make
very interesting.
anything Greek again.
Make everything. Listen, Greek
Mega.
democracy was much better. Okay, it was much. It was
Make America Greek again.
Make America Greek again. There you go. I don't know what this. What's speak? No, we don't. I don't speak Arabic. I just say salam alaikum because alaikum salam. Why not? You should know how to greet people. Yeah. How do you think that works? Like, what do you feel is something that you find is educational to you? Like, how do you feel? Like, what do you do on a daily basis to better yourself?
To better myself? A lot of shit. Because I wasn't very good to begin with.
It's that homeschooling GED coming through, baby.
Not even just educationally. Like, I was a thug, bro.
Bro, you got to be okay. But that's the thing is, being a criminal, you have to be smart and like self-aware and, you know, a little bit paranoid. And you like if anything, what I don't understand is
I'm
like
all of those things, though.
But a good drug dealer,
but I come
like,
off as stupid.
Become you do. That's for 100%.
Which makes people underestimate me, including cops.
But I feel like you overdo it. Like you really embrace that side of it, and then you're like,
no, because the problem is after a while, after a while, I start getting annoyed with how much people are underestimating me and how much I'm getting away with. You know that scene in Breaking Bad when Walter is talking to Hank and he can't like he is just fucking with Hank now. When Hank's trying to, who is WW? Walter White, and Walter White's just like, you got me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was me when I was a drug dealer too. I'm like, somebody catch me so I can see if I can get out of it. And I did. There was one time I did get out of it. I got caught, and then I didn't get caught. Yeah, like, and then after that, I was like, I can't do this no more. I'm gonna get in trouble.
Copenhagen, to be a successful criminal, apply aforementioned attributes. Yeah, that's 100%. But that's the thing is,
what's up, Mike?
If you're a good criminal, you should be able to be law enforcement. Because those are the same attributes, just on different ends of the spectrum. Like you're like, yeah, no, that's fine.
That catch me if you can, guy.
No,
you know,
100%. To be okay, cool. That's awesome, bro.
Rabbit is a free elf.
Master gave him clothes. I mean, that's it. This is what I don't understand is that I find I better myself with just
okay, but wondering what right now. Grown up stuff. I'll come hang out with you in a minute, okay? After I'm done. I haven't been able to hang out with him today.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair. It's understandable. There's things you have to do. Yeah. I've been trying to just, we've been taking courses and stuff, and it's been better, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm trying to now use all the knowledge, and I'm just like, life is confusing. I need to simplify things.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm trying to learn more things, and it's going well, but at the same time, there's just too much on my brain. You know, it's like, where do you cut off the idea? Like how? Because you should progress, and then plateau, get comfortable, and progress again. That's I like to meander my learning. What? No yoga? Not yet. So Okay,
Yoga's gay, bro.
Diamond Dallas
That's
Page,
offensive. I'm sorry.
but Diamond Dallas Page now teaches yoga, right?
Who?
Or like Pilates or some weird shit. Diamond
Who?
Dallas Page, the wrestler.
I don't know the fuck that is.
You
Wrestling.
don't know who that is? You are a fucking loser.
I mean,
okay?
I like WWE. Don't get me wrong, but it's still gay. So all those dudes, any dude who wrestles,
Yeah.
whether it's like World Wrestling Entertainment or just on the wrestling team, they're all queers. Just because it might be a little entertaining to watch,
yeah,
doesn't make it not gay. Okay, doesn't make me gay. Because like honestly, if a bunch of gay dudes just broke out into a fight, I would watch that too.
okay.
You know what I mean? So
On that note, I used to do a bit where I'd be like, you know what I miss most? What I missed most during the pandemic was watching a gay man argue with a black woman on like Saturday night. Because you're just like, you can't do anything. We're just gonna watch. We could just watch the excitement, right? Stop learning, stop living. I mean, I'm okay with that. Just at this point, I'm just like, I'm just riding it out.
that's that body and motion shit.
Wrestling is soap opera for fellas. That's 100% accurate. But I love the soap opera because you're also
What's the news then? Shit.
the news is just propaganda at this point. Let's be honest.
Sad Mahadi, we're not ignoring you. We just don't know what the fuck you're saying. So if you could say it in English, we'd be more than happy to read your comments.
Your capitalization of certain words is confusing. But hey, yeah, I'm sorry that we
Right,
both.
yeah.
I feel like you were putting your eggs in too many baskets there, sir. So it was just thing. Hello, Azakash, Deborah. The news is
Infotainment. That's how
infotainment.
you know Mike's a boomer. If you think it's if you think it's informational.
Okay, but it's more like that's the thing is it's more entertainment than it is infotainment because it's very biased-tainment, right? Like it's
entertaining because I'd be mad watching that shit on either side, CNN or Fox News. I don't care which one it is. I'd be mad. I'm mad as fuck.
Bro, I stopped watching the news because I'm just like
years ago.
Yeah, like I know I haven't, and I'm like it's been nothing but good for me. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm like I don't really care.
I mean,
I don't care.
I never was hooked by the news. The funny thing is because I saw all the adults watching that shit when I was a kid, and they would like spaz out, and I would be like, this can't be healthy. Like, and then as I got older, I was like, well, I'm a grown up. I was like 20. I should watch the news.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, this shit doesn't seem true at all. Like,
so that's the thing is you're like, because you know what? Like my dad would watch the news before he would go to bed. Like he would watch it at midnight and then go to bed. Like that was his thing. Most of the times he would sleep through it, but if there was something important, that's when you would watch it, right? And I was an adult and I'm like, I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna watch the news and turn on the news and I'm like, these guys are full of shit. What the fuck are they talking about? This isn't news, this is bullshit, right?
Well, it's bullshit because one news station will cover the exact same thing, but have a different spin on it than the other one who's saying the exact same thing with their spin on it. And I'm like, y'all can't. That's not the news.
No.
Y'all can't have two different opinions on
the news.
The news, like
that's just two opinions. It's not the news,
right?
And that's where you're just So Victoria's like, I'm getting triggered by our local Ontario news. So many car accidents and protests. Oh, it's mental right now. People are protesting all sorts of stuff. Hello, how are you, Ashkash Debarma? Interesting. Good call. News is about feeding society's division. I quit watching around 2010. 2010. You are a boomer. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was like 2014, 2015 for me, somewhere around there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, well, you know what?
A fucking decade now. Shit. Damn, it's 2025 in tomorrow night at midnight.
Yeah.
Which we're doing a special episode of Hammered and Peace tomorrow night.
Which
we're bringing back Tuesday nights.
Tuesday. That's how you know you're old. We're like, bring it back Tuesday nights, everybody.
Right.
Woo! It's a crazy one
Hamburger
over here.
Cheese used to be on Tuesdays like 2 months ago. Now it's back.
Forever. I'm not
That's
old.
classic.
I'm not old. I'm classic. I mean, you are. You are.
Okay, yeah, you're classic. You need historical plates because you can't pass that e-check.
Oh no. I got a problem with one of my catalytic converters. Like it's setting off the oxygen
You're
sensor.
fucked, bro. That's so expensive.
100%. But they're like, the problem is
You just get a new car, bro.
they can't find it for my car because my car is like 20 years old.
Oh yeah, I had an Eldorado. And they just told me they're like, you're not gonna find parts for these damn things. Cadillacs,
Yeah.
they just make new parts for Cadillacs. They don't like as soon as the new brand of Cadillac comes out, everything's different than the last Cadillac. I don't know what it is, but they're just like they're totally experimental. Every model of Cadillac, like the brakes went out on my Eldorado in the middle of me driving my pregnant girlfriend to like from in Ultrasound on the highway, by the way.
Yeah.
In the left lane, and just the brakes went out, and I had to like what is the e-brake it all the way about 3 miles on the highway home.
That's fair. Totally reasonable. What's up, Serge?
And then I was like, so I just need brakes, right? Or brake lines or whatever. And they're like, no. The way y'all's brakes are, it's carbohydrate or some shit. I don't know. Some fucking plasma in the juice that gives it. I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, it was stupid. So they stopped doing it in 1990 when this car was invented. Because it was a 1990 model in 2015. Like, what?
That's a lot, bro.
So I just had to scrap the whole car that I bought 6 months ago.
Jesus.
For a whole different car. I'm like, I never had a chance, bro.
Well, that's the thing is, I talked to my mechanic and he's like, I can just straight pipe it. That's fine. And I'm like, it's not a bad idea. And he's like,
Straight pipe it.
Yeah, just take out the catalytic converters and put regular because I don't have the NEAT test anymore. We don't have that.
It's historical. Oh, okay, yeah, get historical plates. Do you have historical plates?
No, I don't know. I got to find out. But I
don't know how Canada works, but I mean, and it's different in every state in the U.S. That's not even e-checks aren't even a thing in Texas. That's the funny thing. I came to Ohio and they're like, you got to get an e-check for that. I'm like, you got to get an e-check for that. I'm like, what?
Well, yeah, e-checks are stupid. Is like, I don't know what free fire means, and you keep on doing that. What's Kalenge free fire? I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
I really hope I didn't swear in someone else's language because that would be hilarious.
Speaking of fire, that's a funny thing about like no e-checks in Texas. People still burn their trash in Texas.
Yeah,
like, and I didn't know. That's another one of the things that I came to Ohio.
Yeah,
not like people are like, oh, trash. I heard somebody saying trash is so expensive here. Get ready. I'm like, why? Just burn it if it's that expensive. And they're like,
yeah, people lose their mind. And they're like, did you just light that on fire? You're like, yeah.
No, the quickest like coming to America moment for my white non-king ass, non-royal ass when I came to Ohio was somebody hit a deer.
Yeah.
And I pulled over to the side to make sure that the person was okay because I watched it happen. Deer is still alive, but the deer's fucked up. The guy gets out of the car and everything. He's cool. And then a cop rolls up to check everything out. Yeah. And I'm like, can you shoot the deer? Like, it's obviously in pain. And the cop at that point was like acting crazy with me. Like, he was acting like I was a criminal or something. Like, after that point, because like me saying shoot a gun in the neighborhood was the craziest thing this police officer had ever heard. And I'm like, I'm from Texas. I forget that's like y'all can't do that in neighborhoods here.
If there's a deer in the hold on. If there's a deer, it's not a neighborhood, right? So it's like
in Cleveland, dude. No, I don't think you realize like we're overrun by deer in Cleveland in the neighborhoods. In the neighborhood. I showed you that picture of a turkey at a gas station. That was in the ghetto. Dude, we're overrun by animals here. I don't understand why.
Eating overpriced shitty mushroom in Swiss. It's freaking same size. Oh, bro, there's nothing worse than ordering a burger and you're like, oh, this is unsatisfying completely.
Wait, where did that come from?
That's from Surge.
I know, but like, why is he talking about? Oh, you are eating one currently.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I was confused. I was like, what?
Carbon is cleaned from atmosphere far faster than the ground landfill. That's actually accurate. So, and Azakash Debera, why are you so angry? That's rude. You have a problem. You should talk to somebody about that. Loser.
This is Indians pissed off today.
I don't care. What
I know.
I laugh when people are like, "Oh, you and 10 of your friends."
Basically in India.
Bro, I grew up in Brampton, and Brampton is now Bramladesh. Okay. Okay.
I'm in Mayfield Heights, which is just Italy.
Yeah.
Bro, it was for a while. It's not so much anymore. Now
where I grew up was multicultural, but mostly European. Some like Caribbean, some African, some various, right? But it was a fair smattering of everybody. Like there were actually much fewer whites, like just Canadians. Actually, there were more Canadian like young families and like older European people.
Well, you're Greek and Jehovah's Witness, so you're not white either. So
not at all.
Neither one of those things are Caucasian.
I'm technically a black person. That's fine. That's no. But yeah, no. So they like then like it started like when I was in high school, it was not like there were 20% were Indian people of Indian descent, but they were like they grew up here, that we went to school together. It was not like it was just that, but it was more so that now it's like 99% Indian people where I grew up, and I'm like, what the hell happened? Like, this isn't a cheap area, like it's not, but yeah, just having like 45 people in a house, and you're like, what the fuck, bro? That's crazy.
There's just like one little apartment in Mayfield Heights where I live that's all like Indian people.
Yeah.
And it's like right by the hospital, which makes the most sense.
Yeah.
And I was following this car that said Ontario the entire time, and it was just driving like shit. And then I finally pulled into this apartment complex where it's all Indians, and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that checks out. It's the holiday season. They're visiting their family. They don't know where they are. They're Indian.
Yeah, 100%. That's no, that's but now there are a lot more. Like I live in an area that has more Asians, and then and now it's kind of mixing in a lot more because it's the properties are pretty expensive in the area. So yeah, we're fancy, but it's like not overtly fancy. Like it's just not that nice of an area, but at the same time, it's like super convenient. Like I'm 25 minutes from downtown Toronto. I'm 25 minutes from buttfuck nowhere, right?
I got like one more year of my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Being able to say like I live in suburbia before it's the fucking ghetto, dude. Like,
yeah,
it's starting to go.
That happens though.
Which like, I think it will come back because they're putting a Dave and Buster's in.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's going to bring like
more families.
I don't know.
Yeah.
More like college age people.
Is that because Dave and Buster's you can drink at, right? Yeah.
I think it'll bring money is what it is. Not so much like it'll still be trashy, but
yeah, but still.
But it'll bring in money.
It will.
So.
That's the thing is like a thing like that, people can have jobs there. Like it's kind of like a casino. in that like you're like, yeah, you create some jobs and then it's like you can have entertainment there. You could do a lot of stuff with it,
Right.
Dave and Buster's, right? Like
It's just the thing is they got rid of the movie theater to put in the Dave and Buster's. I'm like, why can't we have both? If we could have both, this fucking place would be, this town would be banking, bro.
yeah. Because you have a couple of malls, right?
No, all the malls are just about gone.
Damn.
Yeah, so we've got like
I like going to
we
malls.
got like one mall hanging on, and it's in like Jewville, bro.
Mhm.
So like, I don't like going up. It's gotten bad over there too, because like you go over there and there's like people trying to fight you because you're not saying I stand with Israel.
Oh.
Like I just want a shot, dude. Leave me
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah, it's a little much. Oh, what's up, Atlas? Okay, look, I never suggested that I was incorrect. Finger red number one. Oh,
What does that mean?
he's number one. Mall near me is dead. It's sad when a mall dies, bro. That's not right.
They're not. They're just not. Well, these Gen Zs, they don't like going to the mall like every other generation before us.
It was like, bro, we had a comic book store and an arcade at our mall. And like, bro, it was great. It was a great time to be young.
It's just like where I would take bitches to like
hang out,
make out and shit. You
bro.
know what I mean? Just be fucking ridiculous.
Okay, you might know the band Aqua. I'm a Barbie girl.
Yeah.
Okay, so my buddy was like, "Hey, they're gonna be at the mall. Let's go." And I'm like, "Okay." So we go, and then we run into girls from my grade, and they're like, "Oh my god, you're here too?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And I was just like, all of a sudden we got to know each other, and I'm like, so I knew all these pretty girls in my grade. Yeah, which was they're like, "Oh, hey, do you know?" And I'm like, "Hey," and all my guy friends are like, "What just happened?" I'm like, "Losers." And but yeah, it's my one buddy was only this little Portuguese guy who's very hairy. He went and got her autograph from all of them. And I was just hanging out, but it was like thousands of people, bro. It was a crazy event. But like we could go to the mall for like hours and hours and hours and look at stuff. Now, like we'll go, but it's mostly shopping for Victoria. So I'm just like, right?
As an adult, that's just what it is. It's more chores than it is.
The malls died before the kids came of age. I mean, yeah, I guess so.
All kids, like
Lids, Foot Locker, maybe a Hot Topic if you're lucky. Yeah. Atlas, your Westfield Mall is pretty awesome. Yeah, that was a good mall.
What I think. That's what I think malls are going to become. I think they're going to be like the state mall. You got to go to like your state capital, and then it's like the Mall of America or whatever they call it. Or mall. In my case, it'd be Mall of Ohio or Mall of Florida or whatever. It's going to be one fucking place, and it's like a tourist thing.
Yeah. No, we went to Westfield in Century City. It was actually pretty awesome. But you see that? Yeah. Well, that. Yeah.
Noise back there. Sorry, just going on.
But yeah, no, it could. I definitely like that idea where you have like the state mall would make more sense because then you can incorporate like the state fairgrounds. You can incorporate like stadiums and stuff. Like it could be all one massive fucking thing.
Yeah, if it generates, malls typically generate taxes for the city or whatever, but in this case, if it generated taxes for the entire state, I think it would be better.
Yeah, it would make sense, right? Like
that's another thing. Like Serge just reminded me, like Mallrats isn't a thing. Like the movie, people aren't going to understand what the fuck the point of that movie is.
Yeah, they're like, "What do you mean?"
They get older.
The mall. You're like,
bro, get older, you know.
Hours.
Like my kid Jack, he's not going to understand that.
Bro,
the point of Mallrats.
I remember, like, instead of getting a drink at any of the vendors or anything, like, because there was a food court, we would go into like the Dollarama and get like pop for like 25 cents, and it was like, ha, fuck the system.
Like, you have like Dollar Trees or whatever in your mall?
Yeah, Yeah, yeah.
We didn't have that shit at any mall I ever been to.
Oh yeah.
They knew
No
better
man.
than that.
We had good, there was fancy places and then not, and it was like, oh, and then there's like this alleyway that like you only go for like specialty stuff. And it would be like massage chairs. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing back here? He's like, massage chairs. Anybody want them? Like, how much are they? Like $8,000. You're like, I am 16. What are you talking about?
I can't tell you how many times I got kicked out of the mattress stores just trying the mattresses. And I was fucking broke and only ever had a twin in my entire life that was probably pre-used, pre-owned.
Bro. Bears. I'm Serge. I'm rewatching the show right now. There you go. No loitering. Where's the third place? I mean, yeah. I get it. Every mall has a relaxed the back that's clearly used for money laundering. Oh, yeah. That's where our comic book store was too. It's great.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Have you ever like passed by a mattress store recently in the last like 5 to 10 years and seen anybody in the parking lot?
No.
Oh my god. You guys are terrible. Do you hear this shit? What was I saying? Mattress Jack. Okay.
Yeah. Bro.
I'm just like lost now. Like, just let's let the fucking place evolve. Yeah, mattress places are money laundering. Took the fucking nuance out of what I was gonna say.
Yes, that's correct. It's never. It's a money laundering. Oh yeah, no, 100%.
2025 is the year of family moving the fuck out. What's that? What's the Chinese New Year, Victoria? What is it this year? I need to know. I need to look that up and see if that's compatible with family moving the fuck out. I just froze.
You know what? You seem like
froze.
Like an aggravated. I'm frozen or you're frozen?
No, I think I'm good now. My computer froze, but I'm good. Okay.
Honestly, you're very much like acting like a teenage girl who's trying to like, I can't wait till I'm 18. I can decide for myself. But it's different because it's your place and they're moving out, which is very funny for me.
Well, I thought about that today. I'm like, if I want to like watch a weird show, I can't. Somebody's gonna judge me. If I want to play guitar, and I haven't played guitar in probably like 15 years, so like truly, so if I need to pick that back up, everybody's gonna judge me. I want to work out. Every time I was working, like when I was really big into working out up until about Thanksgiving, my mom would just like walk by and be like, "I can't believe you're working out." Would you every day? You can't believe it. Every day. It's been. I've been doing it all summer, every day. Like that gets done. Like I can't. Like there's just no. I can't. There's no practice in a home where you live with a bunch of people.
Yeah. Victoria said, got a great deal on a Celine sneaker last time at Century City. Oh yeah, those are the shoes I bought you. I love how I could distract my wife with shopping questions and she's just gone.
Victoria didn't answer my question.
I know.
I want to know what Chinese New Year is. I wasn't just joking. I really do want to know what Chinese New Year it is.
Yeah. I gotta build some Lego for it. Yeah, see, this is okay. I don't understand why we are at like the space in time that we're at. That's my piece of piece of candy. That's
great ignoring me.
Oh yeah. But like people should be smart enough to know that the gig is up, right? Like they're like, hey, yeah, people are gonna call you out for being a piece of shit. That's you know what I mean? Like, and every time someone's like, we're now super famous, and you're like, pedo. You're like, "Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah, that came out." And you're like, "Oh, okay. Why is that? Why is that a thing?
I
That's,
think
you
that's
guys are
just
fucking
a
weird."
keeping people in line tactic too. I don't necessarily think I believe everybody who was
No,
busted for some shit like that. You know.
yeah, but that's like I told. I think we were talking about it the other day. Was I do a bit now where I tell people, I'm like, "Oh yeah, my wife is a real conspiracy theorist. She's got some crazy ideas. I thought I would tell you one. Then you could tell me if she's crazy or not. Like she thinks the government knows what they're doing. Like that's wild. That's she's like, I'm sure they have it under control. And I was like, what are you talking about right now? You're Chinese. You shouldn't be feeling this way.
Who
That's not.
says that? Your wife?
Yeah, yeah.
She
And
don't mean it, right?
of course not. Of course
I was
not.
gonna say because like a woman would say the government has it figured out. Women who get child support, alimony, welfare, food stamps, Section 8. Yeah, I'm sure it's all figured out.
Yeah. Yeah. Ta-da! Now you understand.
Affirmative action. Like, let's just keep going.
Oh, come on, man. It's great. You're gonna. Yeah. I'm. I did a bit once and it got zero laughter, and I still think it's funny. Is that I'm going to start offering my services as a big scary person on the internet, and it's gonna be just Dino's escort service because I'll just like walk you home, and you can feel safe because I'm big and scary, and we can just and you just hire me, and if you can walk home but you don't feel safe, I'll walk with you, and then you feel safe. It's great, and people didn't laugh, and I'm like, I think that's a hilarious idea because, you know,
Yeah, but you think farts are funny?
I do think farts are funny because farts are hilarious.
Not.
Farts
They're
are
not even
absolutely.
remotely hilarious. They're not even funny.
That's false. It's no, come on,
It's
listen,
funny that
listen.
you think it's funny. That's what it is.
Oh shit! See, farts are funny. Boom, confirmed.
They're gross.
What's up, Zara? Yeah, did you know fart walks are trending on Instagram right now?
Yeah, Dino looks up too many. That's what
and
it is.
I love it.
He
Listen,
is
hey, there's a guy.
single-handedly making that a trend.
There's a guy who has like, I don't know if they're real or not, but they are horrendous farts. He'll walk up to a bunch of girls and go, "Welcome to the show," and walk away. And I die, bro. I die immediately. Okay. Yeah. See, farts are funny. There, I concur. Farts are funny until someone asks if you smell
See why
popcorn.
you and Victoria married.
Bro, that's my move. Does anyone smell popcorn? And then everyone goes,
That's disgusting.
I go, oh, I guess it was popcorn.
I like how we started talking about whether or not farts are funny, and suddenly our viewers are spiking.
Yeah. It's the anonymity of the internet. You're like, I can agree. Farts are hilarious. Listen, don't get me wrong. They are very, very close to football to the groin, right? Like football to the groin.
Funny either.
It's hilarious, sir. Also, fat people falling. Best laughs ever. Okay. Watching fat people fall is the funniest shit ever. Okay.
Now, I'll tell you, there's like very few instances where farts are funny. Okay. When I was in, I don't know, like 10th grade, we were taking our standardized test. Did you take standardized tests? Was that a thing yet? When you're okay. So we were taking our standardized test. Everything's quiet. Well, I don't know how old they are. I'm not
1,000 years
know how
old,
old
sir.
they are. I don't know if I was like a guinea pig's experiment or what. But it's like super quiet. Everybody's, you gotta take this seriously. This matters. Blah blah blah. They've been teaching us all year long. You got to bring our own number 2 pencils. Blah 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 blah. They like check your chips, make sure there's no hidden written answer book in your chips.
You know what? Like that is, yeah. Go on.
I'm getting there. Okay, I'm getting to my point.
Okay.
3 hours in, everybody's just like fucking tired. We're taking this test. Some people are done, just waiting for their parents or whatever. And then all I hear in this big ass like gym, just And the whole fucking place busted out and laughed. And do you want to know something, Dino?
What?
It was me.
So what are you talking about? Farts are the funniest
was
thing
funny.
ever.
That
Bro.
was funny.
That was obscene and hilarious. Okay, that's
There was an echo. I didn't know it was gonna be that loud. I didn't know it was gonna be loud. You know what I mean? I just had to,
no.
I was like, I had to let one out.
Okay,
But
so
everyone's like, "Was that you?" I was like, it sounded like it came over here, right?
you didn't even own it. Oh, bro, that's not right.
Dude, everyone in like the whole school was there. Like,
Yeah.
to own that one.
It's
No,
like,
no, nobody knew it was me for real.
did you try? Okay, I talk about shitting and farting on my channel because you're a lady. That's fine. Yeah, that's. Did you try to hide it with a fake cough?
I didn't try to hide it. I just said no. I mean, that's the funny thing is like I'm an avid oversharer. Everybody knows that about me. So like, what's cool is if I want to lie about something, I can just lie and people will believe me because I overshare so much shit that people are like, why would he ever lie? It works out great. It's a great strategy in life. If you ever want to like look somebody in the eye and lie to them, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Oh no, I wasn't me. I didn't fart.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. That's like I will, but see, this is the thing is the one thing I don't like doing is lying.
I don't like it, but when I have to,
no, that's fine.
I've made a reputation of being an oversharer to the point where there are things that I should have lied about, and I didn't. So people are like, "Oh, he wouldn't lie."
That's right there. Ever fart so long you fall over laughing? Yes, I have.
No,
yes, I have. Actually, there have been times where Victoria farted so long that I fell over laughing. That where I'm just like, what the fuck? Just why? What happened? Oh, sorry. What the fuck? Trust me, that shit. Ever fart so hard it propelled you? Also factual. I've fallen off the bed once.
my baby mama farted one time so loud that it woke her up from her own sleep.
Those are top tier. Yeah,
that was funny too. Cause she like,
what was that? Did she hit you and be like, "Hey, quiet"?
no,
I didn't do nothing.
She didn't hit me enough that day.
Yeah.
I felt bad by that point.
That's
I had a black eye from the baby gate.
Bro. Yeah. She's gonna learn you
what
what
the dirt devil. I don't know. Whatever one she hit me with that day.
Yeah, something like that. Some object accidentally found its way into your face.
Let's talk about that. Like it's funny. Domestic violence is funny when it's a man and it's a little woman and she tries to hit you with shit and it just bounces off of you.
Yes.
Like, could you?
And the worst part is,
hit me with shit.
You're just like, can you just stop hitting me? Because you can't.
They use their whole body to hit you with something. And it's just like, I didn't. Am I supposed to pretend? Like,
I had to teach my wife to punch so she wouldn't hurt herself.
Was she doing this? Was she thumbing it? You got the thumb inside the thumb.
Wasn't that bad? It wasn't that bad. It was just kind of crooked, and she kind of. I'm like, listen.
You can't have a crooked wrist. You're gonna break the wrist.
Straighten it up, and you're not doing this. There's a proper way to it.
You gotta punch through them. Like you gotta punch them. Like there's something behind them that you want to punch.
Because she'll be like, I want to hit something, and I'm like, you can hit me. That's okay. She's like, are you sure? I don't want to hurt you. And I'm like, you're fine. Don't worry. And then she hits me. I'm like, okay, you got to learn how to punch first. Okay, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Combat. What does it mean? Like you're trying to snipe people?
I'm not great for close quarter combat. I'm only good. That's very accurate. She is.
What about a sword?
We went to Las Vegas, and we went to the gun store because why not? So we went and shot a bunch of guns, and Victoria's like, "Can I go first?" Absolutely. So she goes first, and she shot a 9mm handgun, and her target was two dudes, like one standing and pointing a gun and one crouching down and pointing a gun. And she goes, "Can I go first?" I'm like, "By all means." She goes, "Okay." Bang, bang, both right in the forehead of two guys. I'm like, "All right, that's why we can't have guns in the house."
Yeah, it's like that's like I took a chick one time. I didn't even date her very long. But I took her throwing axes and she was like really good at it.
Yeah,
I
that's
was like, no.
nope.
Because I have a
No, thank
propensity to piss bitches off, bro. Like I can't be with no woman who's good at combat because I bring it out of them. You know what I mean? Like
so, and that's the thing is, it's they get crafty, and you're like, "Listen, okay, you got to stop. You got to use your words. You got to use your words.
please use your words.
You can't. This is not healthy. Like, I'm gonna. Oh, what if I? Oh, and you're like,
the thing is, like, the problem is it's not their fault. 100%, it's my fault. Because
probably true.
they say shit thinking that's all. Most of the time, men won't engage in the shit talking.
Yeah.
But I'm a sassy bitch too, so I'll
Yes.
just sit back and go back and forth with you. You gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here because some of this is about your mom. I'm a sassy bitch too, so I like they'll say some shit, I'll say some shit, and not only that, but I'm also kind of funny. So like
I will make a joke out of it.
it'll make it funny. And then if there's people around, I'll
Much
go
worse.
for the jugular and I'll humiliate you, and then now they want to kill me. You know what I mean? So like it's my fault. It's 100% my fault because I was never taught because I didn't have a father not to engage with these bitches.
Ta-da! These are learns. Okay, so you want here you're being a dick? Sure. But you make it sound like I haven't chosen to be a dick, right? See, that's the difference, Heidi, is that I'm out here. I'm not no shenanigans. I'm not willing to lie to people. And that has been my downfall consistently through life. But I'm saving them up. I'm saving up my sins for a good murder or something. And then I'm like, oh, I was a non-lying person, so I'm okay. I love both you dicks. Well, I mean, it's a little aggressive. I love both you dicks. I mean, the wording on that is a little tricky.
I mean, at least she's honest, you know.
I appreciate that more than anything. You know,
we can't argue with her. We are both dicks. So.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, I'm like, why not? What reason do I have people like, oh, you should be nice to people? Why?
Yeah.
Why would I be nice to people? I'm like, every time I've been nice out of the kindness of my own heart, it has burned my anus for weeks. Every time.
I was a very, very polite and generous and giving individual until I hit about my mid-20s because I realized people will, if you're nice and forgiving and generous and whatnot, people will be like, oh, you're gonna let me get away with that? Are you gonna let me do that? You're gonna let me say that? Oh, you're gonna let me talk about you like that? You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm gonna keep doing it. That's why I immediately tell people now, you can't talk to me like that. Like right off the rip.
Yeah.
There's very few people who can talk to me a certain type of way, and even they don't cross certain line. You know what I mean? There's a different line for most other people, you know, further back, you know. But I immediately tell people, I put people in their place now.
Yeah, okay, don't talk to me like that. Yeah. I'm from the UK, blame the language barrier. I mean, listen, none of us speak English anymore. It's all some sort of ridiculousness that it takes the same effort to be nice or mean. I feel like it. Okay, so this is a perspective thing. Hey, Pedro, Happy New Year. So this is the thing, okay? Am I being nice to others and mean to myself? Or am I being nice to myself and mean to others?
I'm gonna put it like Wolverine said it. Shutting the fuck up's pretty priceless too.
Mm,
Like, if I'm
delicioso.
mean, then you can just shut up. You know what I mean? And then we both don't have a problem at all.
Oh, Heidi, you don't have to apologize for the dick comment. That's fucking
It's very
hilarious. Just
cool.
be-
That's our type
yeah.
of.
But
that's
I
our
love
type of
the
shit,
back
dude.
and forth. Yeah, we just
We're
talk
talking
shit. Yeah, no, it's all good. Trust me, we're a bunch of fucking idiots. People make the silly mistake that kindness means you're weak. Those people are idiots. Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. Happy New Year. Gotta go, clock. See you later, Serge. Have a great
Later,
day.
sirs. Have a good night.
I felt like it was needed. That's no, it's hey, you live your truth, honey. Come on. No, but that's okay. But that's the whole thing is I'm not going to like I've stood up for myself since I stopped working for my father and I worked at a bank. And like 2 days in, somebody started aggressively talking to me, and I'm like, okay. I blocked my computer. I'm like, you're not going to talk to me like that. I'm sorry. This is a place of business. You're not going to talk to me like that. So I'll let you know when it's done. And in the meantime, I'm going to need you to leave my office. What? You can't talk to me like that. Well, that's how it's going to be. So
I can't. I have to suck your dick every time you open your mouth. Like,
you got to you got to go, right? I just go back to my computer.
America adjacent, sir.
Well, it's America adjacent. So I went back to my computer. She left my office. I went back to my computer. She tried to count to 10 because it was a situation, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Because I'm like, she was over top of me, like, blah, 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 and I was saying, seeing it, and I just locked my thing, backed up. I stayed seated. I go, you're not going to talk to me like that. That's not. So I'm like, I didn't try and stand up and intimidate. I was like, no, that's not, I'm not being aggressive. I'm not being anything. So I go back to try and figuring out this thing that I'm supposed to be doing. And my boss calls and goes, hey. I'm like, hey. She's like, how's it going? I'm like, great. How are you? She's like, you want to tell me what happened? I'm like, sure. I can tell you what happened. So I explained to her exactly what happened. She goes, okay, do you want to quit? And I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. And she was like, no, you didn't. And I'm like, okay, what's the problem? And she's like, so you don't want to quit? And I'm like, why would I quit? I didn't do anything wrong. That's not. I stood up for myself immediately, and people know how to talk to people. That's unfair. It's unreasonable. She goes, 3 people have quit because they didn't want to deal with that person. I'm like, yeah, that's fine, no problem. And I'm like,
I quit for sure.
but I was like, no, that's fine. Yeah, no, I'm like, you can't talk to me like that. Like my family tries to talk to me like that, and I smack them in the face. So that's not going to happen. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Heidi. Appreciate you. We're under these names on every platform, every social media.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a similar story that I had. I may have told you the story before, but I was working in a warehouse. This is when my baby mom was pregnant.
Yeah.
So I was like really trying to churn out some cash.
Sure. Yeah.
And I was order picker, like the individual order picker for like Amazon.
Yeah.
It wasn't Amazon, but it was like contracted through Amazon, where we sent the parts to Amazon. I think it was like air conditioners and heating parts and stuff like that. And there was big orders or whatever. That's not the name they called it, but there's big orders and then there's individual parts. I was individual parts, so I worked by myself in the whole building. I just went all over the building and scanned a part, put it in put it in a box, and then threw it on the conveyor belt when I was done.
Thank you, Victoria.
Anyway, so I dropped something.
Yeah.
And it was like all glass. It looked like a giant like circuit board.
Ooh.
And it broke. And it looked expensive. So I just walked away. And because I hadn't scanned anything yet. So it was coming up. So I needed it. So they knew I was gonna need it. But I didn't scan it, so they couldn't prove that I was there yet. You know what I mean? So like an hour goes by and I just hear, go! And immediately I put on my fucking, oh hell no, fucking vibe on. Because I knew what he was calling for.
Yeah.
But A, you don't talk to me like that in front of people, no less.
Yeah.
And B, I gotta act like I'm mad because I broke this shit and I don't want them to know I broke this shit. So I go in there. This is again another situation where I did it and I didn't want nobody to know. So I'm literally running. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Acting like, oh, is somebody hurt? What's going on? And the boss is like, did you break this thing? And I said, oh, hell no, bro. You don't fucking talk to me like that. If you ever fucking talk to me like that again, we're gonna have to go outside this building because I don't want to disrespect Dan, who is the big boss, in his building while I beat your ass. So we're gonna do it in the parking lot. You ever want to talk to me like that again? Be fucking prepped. All right. And then because I'm like one of like 3 white guys other than him in the entire building because of the warehouse, all you hear is ooh, all over the entire half-mile long warehouse, just rolling like a choir. And he was like, I'm sorry. Did you break it? I was like, no, I didn't fucking break that shit. Fucking, but I needed it, so
Thanks a lot.
Now what? Like oh shit.
Bro, that is more
You and I
passive
have different
aggressive.
approaches. That's the funny part. Because like I'd have yelled at that bitch who was yelling at me. I'd be like, you fucking can't talk to me like that. Like,
No, you're not gonna talk to me like that.
you've seen me in action. You know how I get. I'm a hothead for
I
sure.
will 100% slap my own family without. Yeah, no.
What's funny is
I would punch my family. No.
What's funny is I won't hit none of them for the most part, but I'll hit a stranger. I don't give a fuck.
Like I fear incarceration. That's my thing. I'm like,
don't be thinking about that shit. Because my whole I have in my subconscious, you don't fucking know me. Like
oh, that's me. I go, oh, you guys want to do something? I'm like, okay, I'd love to see what happens. I go, who knows? I'm like, I don't know. I've had a couple guys go, what do you mean you don't know? And I'm like, I don't know. I've never tried. Let's see what happens.
Let's find out. Fuck around and find out it was a person.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's been probably about 15 years. I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll go for it again. And they go, 15 years since what? I'm like, since I crippled my friend. That's
I'm fuck around and find out if he was a person. You're F around and find out it was a person.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I like it. I'm like, people are like, I'm like, okay. If you have to, you do what you have to do. I'll protect myself. That's fine. And they go, what does that mean? And I'm like, I'm gonna break you. I'm just gonna start breaking things whatever touches me, I break. Ta-da! It's magic. Yeah. How do we know each other? Trust me, if I knew, I would tell you. Do we know each other? Are we even
really good? That's what it is. Like if that's where they fucked up, man. They tried to lock us all up, and now the two degenerates are gonna rule the world someday. Know each other. Y'all fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a definite misstep. And you're like, wow. You did it now. You done did it. It's
I like Victoria's comment. I'm more passive aggressive at document everything. They can document everything as I beat their ass. Why resort to violence that goes in your record? Well, yeah, but the thing is, when you grow up in the kind of background that I did, sometimes when something comes up on your record, it's like a conversation starter.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a misdemeanor? Yeah. You want to talk about it? How to do?
That's fine. I mean, like I can still vote. It's fine. Whatever. Right. All good. That's fine. I have Discord, which is
understand that app. I don't understand. It's not even an app. I don't understand that website. Discord.
I can give you what's my number? I don't know what the thing is. Hold on. Let me try and figure that out. It's Dino the genetic hashtag Dino the genetic Marvel.
I'm on there, but it's probably under Sniffing Glue 22, but I don't get on it.
Yeah.
I tried to get on it a few times, and I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. People all the time are like, "Hey, I hit you up on Discord. I've been talking to you," and I'm like, "Where? Like, where do you talk to people on here?"
Yeah. That's my Discord. Yeah, Dino the genetic Marvel. I'm Dino the genetic Marvel everywhere. Please make sure you like and subscribe. I don't know, man. People are like habitual line steppers, right? Like they don't. People are like, "Oh, well, I was just seeing," and you're like, "No, you took advantage of me. What's your problem?"
Well, I think there's a lot of people who just aren't self-aware. You know.
I feel like that's a really dumb thing, though. Like I want to believe that people are smarter than that.
I don't know. Have you ever been fucking screamed at or yelled at or chastised or whatever about something that you do, that you didn't realize you were doing to that person? Like you were just like upsetting that person and you didn't realize it?
No, people don't talk
I
to me
do.
like that.
I get it all the time, but I feel like I'm being gaslit most of the time.
Yeah.
No, well, because like it's usually for me, it's in dating situations where they're like, "You fucking just always piss me off. Like you always know what exactly to say that will just set me off." I'm like, and I was gonna be like, "Whoa, well, maybe just thicken skin or don't be around me." I guess. Like I don't understand what that's got to do with me. Like
that's weird. You're like, okay, why? I don't understand what the problem is. That's
talking
like,
gets on your nerves.
Yeah, that's not a me problem. That's a you problem. No, I don't. Yeah, people don't talk to me like that.
Well, one of the things that I know I do is I interrupt people. I know I do that. I know I'm doing it when I do it. I realize I do it like right as the house, like fuck. In my head, I'm like, fuck, I just interrupted him. But let me go ahead and finish my point since I'm already talking.
Yeah.
But I don't know. In a romantic setting, that pisses women off, and I'm just like, but and I just every time, and this does not make it better. I just want to be like, but what you were saying wasn't as interesting as what I was about to say. Because most of the time, I'm gonna make a joke. I'm gonna say some observational to what we're saying because I'm a fucking comedian.
Yeah.
And then you can go back to what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, that's interrupting. Apparently.
I mean, well, kind of.
It is interrupting 100%, but
Victoria's like, I do that too. I think interrupting people means you aren't listening.
No, I'm definitely listening because you're reminding me of something to say.
It's way more important than what you're saying.
It's not more important than what you're saying, but I'm trying to create like
a dialogue.
Like a
parallel
bit and stuff like that. All these different like layers to our conversation, you know what I mean? And people don't like it. They don't like it. Some people do, but most people don't.
Well, that's only if some people are like, "Oh, we're gonna do this, okay," and then it's a conversation, right? That's the difference with people. People don't know how to have a conversation, and well, that's the thing, Victoria, is I can have a rapport with people within 30 seconds, right? Because I'm hilarious, right? But yeah,
that's my problem. Is I'm not good at meeting people, because I'm a bouncer offer kind of vibe. Yeah. You can sit there and talk and make great conversation, and I can have a great conversation with you. I can have a great conversation with anyone, but I can't start a conversation. I can't preempt I'm almost like I'm like strong supporting character vibe. If that makes sense.
I don't. So for me, I'm very much a. Have you met Dino? Like you have to. Somebody has to introduce. Like, have you met Dino? I go, oh, hi, nice to meet you. I'm so, what are you doing? And I'll just take it from there. And it's no problem. But I can't go, hi, I'm Dino. Because I'm not afraid to do it, but I'm immediately, I don't feel okay. It bothers me.
That's what it is. Cause I feel like I like get in my own head where, cause I'm like, I think a lot of stuff that are a little bit controversial, you know, so I'm like, let me feel this person out. You know what I mean? You, it's funny you say you're a have you met Dino type of person, and I'm a that's Cole. Let me give you the rundown real quick.
We warn you in advance. Maybe apologize. You're gonna hear some things.
You know,
you might hear some people agree that
he's actually pretty harmless. He
comes
off very harmful, but
he's also got the memory of a goldfish. So like 30 seconds tops,
and he's you.
Yeah.
Before like
there, but that's you got to hold it. Listen, I am actively, if I will make people feel like I'm their best friend within 30 seconds, because I just sound so caring. It's all fake. I could give a shit. I'm very and I've had people who are like, oh, I feel like me and Gino are like this. And Victoria's like, is that true? And I'm like, I hate that person with every fiber of my being.
I'm like that too.
I'm not rude. I'm just
your best friend, and I feel like everybody thinks I'm a part of their, or like I'm making an army and they're a part of it.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna like resist together, or like the band of brothers.
Do you sound sincere? I mean, kind of, sure. I feel like if I ever visit Cole with you, Dino, he is going to say something very racist, and then it will be very funny. First impressions aren't that important. I mean, it is hilarious.
I don't really say anything racist, do I? Am I racist? Dino, am I racist? There are certain groups of people, but I don't think they're considered a race. They're like a group, actually.
Yeah, well, more of a cluster. No, that's fine. It's no. So this is the thing.
Definitely Texas for sure. I'm definitely. So I'll cop to that one.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. But no, not quite racist or anything, but I would say an opinion that's mildly aggressive.
I don't. Yeah, that's funny. She said, I don't even understand. Like, as long as you don't start our first meeting with, "Are you a Buddhist?" I tried to be a Buddhist when I was like giving up Christianity. I was like, well, let me figure out what religion I do want if I want one. And I started looking into Buddhism, and I was like, I think I'm going to be a Buddhist. And the more I read into it, I was like, this shit is gay. This is for some like weak ass fucking yoga.
Yeah.
So
it's one of those things where so what happened was she was meeting my friend for the first time, and I kind of brought him as backup because she was gonna have friends too, and I'm like, all right, that's fine, that'll work, right? And as soon as he started talking to her, he's like, oh, you're Chinese, oh, so you must be Buddhist. And she's like, what the fuck you on about? What? No. Why are all those things musts? And he was like, oh, is that not a thing? And you're like, yeah, man, calm down. But at the same time, he's Polish, so I mockingly and be like, well, he's Polish, what does he know? And in turn, I get him with that every single time. It's fantastic.
See, Victoria and Heidi, I think they just got me all wrong. I don't. Maybe everybody else feels a certain way about race and all that. I don't feel like I'm racist so much as I just notice things about groups of people. You know what I mean? And then it's not necessarily a bad thing. But for instance, Asian people are my favorite group of people. Like I love those people.
Well, that's
I wish I was Asian. Like when I get around Asian women, I kind of lose my like this whole like funny, kind of goofy, little racist vibe to me. Like hi, how are you? Like every Asian girl thinks I'm retarded. Like they're like I'm the slow kid, Forrest Gump.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
So,
Yeah, I don't know. Even the whites do too, though. I'm sure.
some of them aren't even stereotypes, Heidi.
I mean, are they?
Because,
Is it a stereotype? Is it just being factual?
no, because
Right?
I'm just observational. Because like some of it's not even stereotyping yet. Because I noticed it first. Like, have you ever noticed that like black women are always eating in their videos?
No.
I have.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, why is that? I don't feel like that's racist either. They just always are eating something, chips, soup, salad. Just they're always eating. But not all of them are fat. Only some of them are fat. Some of them are really good looking. It's just something that they're always eating something. They feel like they need to eat in their video, like their TikToks and whatnot.
I don't know.
There's not a stereotype. It's just something I noticed.
You are watching TikTok. I mean,
Hell yeah, I'll be watching that shit.
I love it. I watch a lot of 3D printing stuff.
Racist.
Yeah, that's sort of
every
racist.
black girl, not every black girl, but like a lot enough for it to be like that's weird.
That's not people. I mean, what do you
okay,
want me to say?
black women TikTokers.
Let's calm down. Let's just calm down. There's no need for you.
It's on Instagram too, not just TikTok. Instagram too. They just be eating in their videos. Like, and other people obviously eat in their videos too, but it's like it's a reoccurring thing with black women.
I think
it might be my algorithm.
At the same time, that's the funniest shit I've ever heard out of your mouth. Like
they're talking and eating. They're trying to tell me something and eating at the same time. You know what I mean? They're telling me about their baby daddy or the fact they're pissed off at the red light. You know what I mean? Like they're eating in the video.
Okay. It's not about them. It's about your algorithm, sir.
Maybe I don't see it that way because it's something I've noticed over the course of like 5 years.
It may be like I'm just saying is that it may be like, hey, there's a very niche creator market for this.
I don't go,
and it combined like
the thing is, I'm not like watching these videos. I'm scrolling. I'm not like I don't just sit there and watch what they're saying and they're eating. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me keep watching what they're saying. It's not like a fetish. It's like they're eating. Black girl eating. Black girl eating. Eating. Black girl eating. White girl dancing. Black girl eating. White dude bitching about his baby mama. Like, see, Marco noticed it too. Although I don't think that helped my case.
It really doesn't. No. We
should have had Marco on tonight for this.
Yeah, I mean, he ain't wrong. I'm like, oh yeah, you guys algorithm is it's creating an environment, a distinct one. That's just so everyone knows.
And I'm great at getting out of holes. So.
Listen, yeah, well, listen, sometimes you just gotta stop and dig up. White dude punching other dude at baseball. I mean, yeah, like that would be more on my feed is violence, 100%, car crashes, a few other things. And then like, yeah.
I watched a lot of like my news on TikTok and Instagram. Oh, yeah. That's what it is. I get like
making hot pot, bro.
Making hot pot.
Oh god.
No, the new thing there's this Chinese chick who's teaching me She's teaching me either Cantonese or Mandarin.
All
But
right.
she's just like really hot, and she just teaches people Chinese. I don't know which one it is, Cantonese, Mandarin, but I'm learning one of them. Hopefully Mandarin, because I think that's the better one. But and that's funny that I don't even know which one it is. But like I've learned shit on there. Okay, so I don't want to hear y'all talking shit about TikTok.
Mhm. Bro, okay, this is hilarious. This has been triggering for Victoria all the time because they all
Why is that racist?
it's not. Well, I think it's hilarious, but it's triggering to her because every time they're cooking, I mean, their shirts off and like barefoot, and you're like, what is happening right now? Like, you can't be barefoot. It's not. It's just unsanitary stuff, and it's very triggering for her. And she sends it to me constantly. African American barbecue or seafood. I mean, yeah, that's definitely on my. Oh yeah, I do follow a bunch of barbecue guys, knife guys, a couple axe guys that they test out axes, and I'm just like, it's just fucking manly. And I'm like, that's the kind of body I want. It's not gonna happen. Maybe someday though. Fried chicken. Heidi, racist or not, hot pot is the bomb.
What is hot pot, by the way?
Hot pot
Yeah.
is where you get food delivered to you and you have like a stew in front of you, like a boiling pot of water, and you dip the food in there. It cooks. So there'll be like thinly shaved beef or lamb or something like that.
So
Bigger soup.
gotcha.
And you would, and
Family size pho.
it'll have a heater underneath. This is like a pot of soup.
The stove.
Basically, yeah. So you're sitting at a stove, right? So the water is boiling, and you're
tea bag, but chicken instead of tea.
Yeah, yeah. But also, like, I crack an egg in there. I do all sorts of stuff.
Oh, ramen.
Kind of like ramen that you just like.
Oh, but ramen's Japanese.
Going. Yeah. But like she'll put ramen noodles in there and everything. But yeah,
Asian fondue, got it.
Kind of. It's a mix of a whole bunch of stuff, but it is fun. If you ever come up here, we'll go. We're probably gonna go like the next week. Go use Duolingo if you want to learn Chinese. Learn Mandarin; it'll be easier.
Okay, but like,
it's Asian fondue.
What makes you think that I can learn stuff the way people learn stuff? Okay, a hot chick telling me words makes me listen. Okay, that's how I listen. Later, honey, we're about to get off her too. Like, if that's how I learned English. Like, I had the hottest English teacher in 10th grade, and by that point, I had only been to school for 2 years, so I didn't know English. You know what I mean? But she was so hot, that I learned English. Then I was a really hot art teacher in 9th grade, and that's when I got into like artsy entertainment shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's just all you have to do to teach me something is be really hot. That's all it is.
Yeah. Which is a great feed on TikTok. I'm saying. Yeah, it like just education and smoking hot broads. You're like, I learn all sorts of things. It's wild. You know, like that's 2 birds with 1 stone, man.
We need a hot chick teaching us all like economics and Bitcoin, like crypto and shit.
They literally could monetize a full coup of the government. Like they just immediately they could have men just do as they're told, just off they go.
That's how the world works. It's just all about what women want, not what women need.
The fact that you can't tell it's Cantonese or Mandarin means you aren't really learning. That's also true.
Well, because she's just saying phrases. She's like, this is what this means. And then she says it. I don't know if it's Cantonese or Mandarin. I don't know what she is. Hell, I honestly, actually, now that I think about it, it could totally be Korean, Japanese. It could be.
That's fantastic. That's
what's the other Asian one? Malaysian? I don't know. Like, it could be any of those. I have no idea. Actually, I need to go look at that.
Which
Cantonese or Mandarin.
it would be hilarious if you're like, so I've been learning Tagalog. You're like, what the fuck?
Dialogue? Is that what you said?
Tagalog? It's a
What the
real
fuck is
language.
that?
I think it is.
Sanskrit?
No. Tagalog is it's a dialect in India. I
But
think.
no, she's a Chinese looking chick, which is anybody in Asia.
Or no. Good night, Hetty.
Later, Heidi. Thank you for
But that's the
watching.
thing with crypto, you are told something, don't believe it. Oh yeah, because crypto has nothing. There's nothing behind it. He's just dating a high tan girl. Have a good night, Heidi. And on
I
that
gotta
note,
get
we
out of
should run
here
this too. Yeah.
relatively soon too. I gotta take Jack to go see Sonic.
Yeah,
Go
Tagalog
back
is
to
from the
mom.
Philippines. There you go. Yeah.
It could be that too. I don't know.
So,
You don't look Mexican.
I'm maybe
That's what
Mexican
they
American.
look there. They look Mexican.
I
Look at Manny Pacquiao. He even sounds Mexican.
that's-
Like the name Manny Pacquiao. I thought that dude was Mexican. I thought that dude was Mexican until the Floyd Mayweather fight.
Yeah.
The entire time his career, because I never watched him fight. I was like, why is it an Asian dude? Like,
why is he
like
so
he kind
aggressive?
of looks a little dark for Asia, but
Yeah, that's fair. Horrible. Anyways, this has been Life of Giants, and we talked about all sorts of things, everyone. So have a wonderful evening, and we'll be back tomorrow with our hammered and cheese New Year's extravaganza.
we're
So-
making steak.
Woo!